Okay, Smoke Show Sunday is underway. How you guys doing? This is Kev. And let's get to it. Let's not waste any time here. And let's just keep it a buck this entire time. So this is a smoke show. Smoke Show Sundays. So we're gonna talk about this little S.B.E narrative that's been going around. Just giving my perception of what I believe it is. Some things you have to, get warmed up into. And there's no need to cause any trouble. So, so welcome, Phil Brad, S.B.E. What does that mean? Shame, blame, and explain. Shame, blame, and explain is I don't know, from what I observed, simply defined as a futile attempt to get people to change through words. There's This obviously has split the space up because this is being used to say, hey, all you dudes do is talk about women and you expect women to change and give up their advantages. The reason for this show tonight is to find out who exactly is doing this and what can we do about it, because I was raised in an environment where we didn't save people. We didn't save hoes. We didn't especially save dudes. And that might have been to our community's detriment, but hey, it made tougher people out of us. So why does anyone get a pass in 2023 is beyond me. I see many different points of views being thrown around, so I'm confused as to why is this one right here rising above all others. And I can go into my own little nonsense and you know, tell you why I believe it's thriving. Number one, hoes mad, and it seems that females just affect every aspect of our lives every day, as much as we don't want to admit it. And when they're mad and when they're bothered, it bothers us too. It's like this protective instinct that everybody likes to pretend doesn't exist. And my view of it is, so what if adults are being implicated in anything? All they have to do is not be responsible for what's going on, what's happening, then that'll solve your little problems right there. So, do I think women can change through harsh words? I don't know. Shit, there's several billion people on this planet. But as far as our local culture, I don't believe so. I don't know if a stern talking to works with anybody anymore. And I just basically chalk that up to perception of reality. It's not to make fun of anyone. It's just that don't y'all think this one right here is a little extreme for it to throw people off of their usual program enough to address it? So here we go. Yeah, hybrid. So I'll be on for a little bit. I'll be on for a little bit. People can come through. We can talk about it. We can discuss it. The show will be what it's supposed to be. Should have tagged a couple people. You know. So what do y'all think about it? What do you think about it? For those of you in the chat, let me see what kind of audience I have, because everybody's here. You know, the 100s. What do y'all think of this shame, blame, and explain? Do you think you should try to? Do you care about explaining anything to females that have decided to do things their own way? Do it like they don't need men. Cafe 702, what's going on? Do you expect anything to happen if you talk to them enough? I'm not making fun of, anyone's rhetoric. I'm not making fun of the way people do content. Just asking. I'll drop the link in a little bit. A lot of females are too far gone to even try to enlighten them. Do you believe that's most or all? Nah, let them fall flat on their faces. Yeah. If you say that S.B.E shit is super simping. No. Mm, I'll say what I need to say though. I think that this is being used as a tool to bring down the space. I don't think that people understand what that is. There's plenty of things to talk about when we come here. Talk isn't necessarily for the crook. That doesn't mean saying stealing is wrong. It's S.B.E. Mm. So my thing is, what is somebody explain to me the effectiveness before I go on like an ignorant rant full of assumptions. Give them enough rope to hang themselves. Yeah, that's right. It was cool. I agree with a lot of the stuff that's being said. Give them rope to hang themselves. Why should you care? If they gone, they gone. Greg, what's going on? No, I don't care to S.B.E hard headed broads. I'm only concerned that I have my passport on time and get a flight in business class. Greg is a man that does what he needs to do to maintain a lifestyle that is to his liking. What's going on? What are we trying to do? My thing is, what kind of woman are you trying to reach? If that's the case, I know some of this stuff isn't comfortable to talk about, and I'm not saying let full grown adults off the hook when you start asking them the tough questions. I don't care if they're male or female, but their view is their view. They will always try something to take the space down. They don't want accountability. If we solve this S.B.E, there'll be something else. Yeah, there'll be all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, go ahead. I mean, everybody has their right to their opinion or their right to say what they want, but we also have a right to, disagree with it. It's important how the kids are raised. They have to be safeguarded from all of the BS. Yeah, to at least be responsible for your kid. But I don't know, just for mild reasons alone. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and just do this. I'm out of this game. I'm not trying. I I'm not the one trying to get anyone to change it. anyone ever got this message from this channel, you must have gotten it from people who have hopped on panels. And I've always pretty much said that, my opinion may not reflect their opinion. Sometimes I support their opinion, sometimes I don't. But um, us here at this channel, whoever decides to participate in the panels, they're man enough to own their own opinion. At least I would hope so. So there. I also understand that there are certain conversations that need to be had, but I wish there were more mature conversations between grown men that were taken seriously. So let me just say that. The problem I'm seeing is that S.B.E. policing is overused, like calling everyone a simp or an incel. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it hasn't been around that long. I mean, incel is something that's what 5, 6, 7 years old. Simp that's been around for a little bit. Yeah, people just throw up anything and put S.B.E. on it. I understand the concept. I do. I'm not coming to a broadcast to say I don't. I'm not as worried about it, about people who say that, something is wrong with these bitches. I'm not as worried about it as other people are. You know why people so bothered? Why are they so worried about this? I mean, I just chill, just let people talk about what they want to talk about. And if there's an audience for them to listen, hey, what can I say about that? That would seem like that would be on some hater shit. I mean, some people don't perceive it to be that way, but I know I do. They're over there talking about women and they got all those people watching them talk about it. Like, why would I hate on that? If that's what y'all want to listen to. My peace matters more than what these musty females think. Okay. Awesome. My peace does matter as well. Yeah. But let me ask y'all another question. Do you understand what kind of effort that it would take to actually try to do this? I'm not suggesting anything. I'm not suggesting anyone change. Just keep behaving like you were behaving. I'm just more of a like a have at it. You would drive yourself crazy trying to do it. Shoot, I'm not. I don't know. I'm no longer equipped to deal with an amount of shouting matches that I've heard lately. I'm just saying, if it happens, it happens. If people got to get their shit off or get some shit off their chest, maybe there's some things that need to be said. Perhaps you can come up here and say, mm, all I want people to do is stop pretending. We're not kids anymore. Okay, last thing. Look at the main people. They said who S.B.E, KS, RIP, FNF, JPD are the main example of people who have numbers. Low key hate. Yeah. I mean, it, here's what I'll say about that. People who are pretty popular, they have a wave in the algorithm. And there's a content creators that try to stay in the algorithm by using those people to do so. And KS is an infamous example of it because how many dozens of channel do content on just his stuff? I mean, seriously, they're all over the place. And I'm not saying that's all the way a bad idea either, but they have to think of a way to go at it. Without seeming like they're all over somebody's nuts. I mean, if you observe the numbers these channels do, yeah, it's quite a bit. So there's always people out there that's following, whatever broadcasts are made about these people, and it brings everyone a bigger viewership, including a little hate movement. With that many subs, there's always a little hate that goes along with it. So if you speak about them in a negative way, you got people coming to your channel on a regular basis. Why should we care about someone else's success? But then again, these same people have been accused of taking talking points from smaller creators just to just to give two sides to it. So in their eyes, why not? But what is making these guys popular? Relationships. Talking about relationships. And I don't need to say it again. I don't need to say that the relationship conversation is in fact the most popular conversation that you could have in black social media right now. Always something involving a relationship. Sex is at the top of the list. I'm all for people airing their grievances. They don't have to yell and throw insults. They don't. They don't. That's why it's tough to have a show like this. I had to put it to a vote. I mean, it brought it under consideration. I was going to do the show anyway. I mean, these smoke shows in general. Jealousy is a mofo. So, I mean, if that's a content strategy, why not? Mm. So, how is everyone? Everyone okay? Is SBE effective? Is it not? I think we all know the answer to that. So, let me drop the link. All right. Howard says he's doing all right. RPM says all good. Hmm. Cafe says LOL, I'm cool. Sundays ain't about shit. This platform is definitely ruffling feathers. So you know the message is spreading, huh? Well, I mean, but we're what we're doing tonight is we're tapping into already ruffled feathers. This is something that they didn't need me for. Just that I just wanted to put a different perspective out there. I mean, everybody has their own content strategy. Everybody talks about everybody. So we just need to decide that if we're going to keep it real about that one little aspect at least. Hmm. I mean, it's nothing really. Oh yeah! Shout out to the Roger report for the super chat from the show earlier. I did see that. Mm, mm. Is this a just want to know? Is this a reason to fight? For reasonably intelligent people out there. As of late, I've been seeing such a high volume of hit pieces. Mm, yeah, smoke show Sundays. Well, I'm doing okay. This Memorial Day weekend, there's lots of loud music outside, but that's okay. I can sleep through stuff like that if I needed to. Mm, mm. I tell you what, I tell you what pisses me off though, when you try to offer a different perspective of any of these chats that throw around this acronym. People automatically get personal with you. I'll say that much. For the people who have been facilitating this narrative, I mean, you got those kinds of people in your chat, and I know how to fight back. I don't expect to be rescued, but let's face it, most of them niggas wouldn't say that shit if they was in your face sitting in front of you. Niggas too gentle. I mean, I've been around all kinds of people. I understand that all of this internet stuff is worthless at the end of the day when it comes to talking shit. So if you can't have a sensible conversation, I do admit all weirdos hide in every movement. What I'm saying is y'all might have a few weirdos in yours. Hmm. I said that a while back, trying to make the black manosphere a buzzword. You saying wait till the damn fourth? Yeah, it's gonna be gunshots, fireworks. People around this neighborhood, we got a couple of fireworks places that are close, so they be putting on some some pretty good shows. I'll say that. Yeah, the little plants, the little COINTEL Pro conspiracy theory stuff. Yeah, there are plenty of fake profiles that easily blend in with real profiles because they're doing all the same shit. So there's always something to keep in mind. But I understand what this is truly targeting though. It's not it's not something that's meant to target guys who know how to stay on different topics. So just want to make sure that's understood. Shout out to those content creators. They found a content strategy that is I don't know is working. Everybody has one. So saying I dropped the link. I'm a cool guy. I think all of you know that. This is a smoke show. such bravado and echo chambers. Shaming. I don't know. Shaming is the reason why a lot of people are atheists. Not all atheists. I know a couple. But people don't like to feel ashamed about the people that they are. So they give this life greater meaning crap a whirl. And instead of, I don't know, I guess, sharpening yourself, you use shaming to project onto others what you would like for them to be. Nobody likes to be shamed. Think about it. Think about whoever's listening. Is there any level of shame that you will be able to take? I mean, think about it on a job, just in the general public, from your wife, or if you're, or your husband, whoever's listening. Your own self critiques. No one likes to be ashamed of any fucking thing. And believe me, we like accusing each other of some horrible shit. Hell yeah, if you are a black man representative of a group of boys who can't read past the third grade, of course you'll be ashamed of something like that. And we all know it is not because they're mentally and naturally predisposed to being that way. We understand that as well. We also understand that if we don't set a standard, then things will be progressively worse. So it's just best not to care and adopt the principle of hyper individualism and just let the community sink. I'm going to say most to the title. You said most of them are, meaning that you do believe that Shaka Dulu, what's up? You believe in the existence of some people who have great intention for saying something like that. I get it. Why not use the time to, improve on something else that helps men? But I always have questions like this. Do men get along? Do men get along enough? Have we taken care of all of our issues psychologically? Have we gotten the help and the healing that we have needed in order to move forward? And all of this taking control and taking charge and taking power and leadership. It's a lot of niggatry going on. It's a lot. When you say community, I ask what community? These are individuals. Yeah, it's kind of tough getting out of that frame of mind based on where I've come from. I still, in many ways have yet to realize it ain't like that for everyone. And that's the basis of many things that keep us divided. not understanding where the other person is coming from. No, I am like many of you. I hope that I haven't delivered a message of weakness to you guys, though. I just want you guys to understand that Kev can speak for Kev on that. It's never my intention to deliver a message of weakness to black men as a group and as a collective. Hmm. Black men acknowledge for the most part, acknowledge, over acknowledge for the most part, things we have to improve upon. B dubs, on the other hand, think they are above criticism. Those are facts. But no matter how many times you try to explain it to them, doesn't seem to pan out. Julian, what's going on? The detractors can't wrap their minds around the fact that this space is about self improvement too. Also the avoidance of certain situations in your life that could set you back through their own experiences. And continue to improve. I don't know. When you live in an era, I'll say this: when you live in an era where a girl can just crack a smile and show her booty, and she can get cash apps in her inbox, that 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 on a larger scale would be very tough to compete with. Yeah, the fact that there are too many guys that are like this. So I mean, with all this being said, you have to have the ability to listen. Like I said, with the question itself, whatever side that you are on about this narrative, there is one thing that is for certain: there are many dumb individuals hiding in all sides of this. It is one thing that, understandably, I believe that we can all agree on. You can't just say no, that does not exist. But because there's strength in numbers, of course, people are too proud to admit these things. And parts of me don't blame you. Yeah, the same thing is a very hard thing to get around. It's very tough. Cause like at the end of the day, you can't tell people what to do with their money. Even if you could, would you want to go through the trouble of doing that? When it comes to getting money, it's not much you can say. I mean, all you have to do to be a woman is just to be pretty and in the right place at the right time. There's not very much you can get around by doing that. I mean, monetarily speaking, but my thing is the side that the side that I'm on is have at it. Speak your piece. At one point or another, everything you're saying is worth saying on the serious. Everyone, really, because you don't want is people to start limiting what people are able to talk about because there it is right there. As long as they're Instagram models, OnlyFans, pandering, feminism, women will always think their doo doo don't stink. Yeah, yeah, very tough. That is an ironclad program. Mm, mm, Same. All right. Mm. So again, why are we saving hoes from words? Why do we feel the need to do that? Why is an opinion so hurtful? Because this is really what a lot of this is about: hurting someone with an opinion. Well, that's it right there. I literally know women that, when challenged about their points, they don't want to talk to you anymore. I mean, sure. That is what happens. I mean, you and the more we understand that, the better. You are officially a stupid motherfucker when you challenge their points. You're slow. You can't comprehend well. Just that when you start hearing stuff like that, or when they start responding to you like that, it's just don't waste your time. Like, one thing I know about going to this was lessons I learned years ago. You go to certain content creators and you push against whatever narrative they're trying to dish out, they'll block you immediately. Mhm. So I had to learn not to waste my time that way. I'm like I said, they're gonna avoid the conversation anyway. And I mean, I used to get in, and I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I've been perfect the whole time. I used to get into some battles years ago. I just didn't back down off my point. In fact, it felt like I was trolling. It gotten so bad sometimes. One thing you have to trick people into doing is letting them keep the conversation going. A lot of people don't know how to do that. That people go into the why you arguing with me fit too quickly. Shoot. People don't like the discussion. People don't like to be disagreed with, challenged, have to think about how to explain themselves out of this. So they'll cut you off. And then at the end of the day, how well do you know that person anyway? It makes it easier for them. I ain't saving now. I ain't saving them from words either. Like I say, you say something stupid, somebody should be able to say you said something stupid. I don't care if they're male or female. Hell, once they proven their stupidity, why are you trying to change that? Shit, you could probably find more entertainment on something like that. Not to say that you could use a person like that. They're not gonna do that. It's too much trouble. I mean, even for the ones that want to say something, they'll get harassed and silenced, and it's just not worth it. And then there's enough weirdos around to validate the other side. They don't want to hold the bad apples accountable. Yeah, it's just like the police. I mean, it's a lot more than that, bro. it's it's trying to hold a key position. I remember in this short that I did, like how the mother did said that if I admit it, that's the magic bullet. If I admit that I'm wrong, it's the magic bullet. Is that serious with these people, man? I'm not just saying just for the women's sake. It's just folks, man. It no matter how hideous in their views, they have some sense of righteousness. I was in the chat room of Real Talk with Annie and debunked something she said. She then said I should elaborate, but then one of her mods blocked me. Man, these chicks don't like y'all. I said, give them what they give you. Nothing. Facts. No, they don't like me. Shit. I already accepted that. Shoot. I haven't, like, for real though, as I say that I don't like 95% of people, I say that with the assumption that 96 to 99% of them don't like me. So believe me, that logic is no problem with me. These people, like, they'll what I was saying was they'll run to that internet excuse. These are people on the internet. They have no reason to really feel bad about what they're saying anyway. They don't know you. I don't go to female channels, especially to make a point. I don't need to. I see a lot of brothers that are able to navigate in those channels, but they simp a lot. That's how they survive. They simp a whole lot. They'll even start if they even start something with you if they see you in the chat. They don't like the truth and are the enemies of progress. Facts. Those are facts. So any enemy of progress is not going to listen to a champion of progress. That doesn't make any sense at all. What I'm saying is, why even try at this point? Hmm. I mean, you can talk about stuff though. You very well can. Like I said, about like 6, 7 years ago, that was me right there. I just stopped because what people do is, man, is they'll get just to get you to shut up or just to block that you've made a point. They'll going to talking about your family and see if they can find any pictures of you that they can. People just get real childish when they can't win. So it just kind of for me, it's just kind of best to leave those kinds alone. Why even stress? Why even stress? Cut those people out of your life, knowing there's that no. Let me put it to you like this: knowing that they will go after your family, you have won, and you have no longer any need to respect that person or communicate with them. I told one of those simps that he missed his calling. He should have been able R&B artists like Boys to Men. Shoot, some people just aren't worth it at the end of the day. Shoot, learn it the easy way. Learn it from someone who has experience in these things. That you never truly win an argument, especially on the internet. If if you are debating and discussing things with fact, there's no way they can get around that shit. But what how effective is it really? It's never going to be effective enough for anyone to change. And what I'm saying with that is since that's since that's all they think it is, why not be a little entertained along the way? Yeah, there's plenty of those guys out there, simp and derelict dudes that can't do any better with women than they say the manosphere can't. You guys can't get no pussy, and then like nobody's responding like, well, you're still on YouTube along with me. What the fuck? Why in the fuck are you even saying this shit? You are on YouTube more than I am. I look on the phone, you're in the chat. So much can be understood if they are willing to have the conversation in good faith. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, for real, it's always something about being in a conversation with a very mature and somewhat enchanting woman. I mean, just appeal to just to appeal to the heterosexual in you. I mean, I'm sure that each man who is of his right mind wouldn't mind those kinds of conversations. I'm sure. I'm sure any of us would be open to those kinds of conversations. Something that does not involve all of the tension of taking accountability for what the general characteristic of the gender is. You say you ain't getting no pussy. I mean, same a lot of the same folks that say that shit. I mean, not necessarily toward the pioneers, although you can have whatever fucking opinion that you want. It's like a lot of dudes that say that shit, man. Yeah, that's exactly what they say. You ain't getting no pussy. That is always the attack. Like, let me ask y'all a question. And I mean, like, this I mean, I don't believe there are any virgins in here or anything. Has that always solved problems? If pussy is the end all be all and it's gonna make us into nice, docile little characters that don't ever get mad about anything. What's going on in the hood? Why are there so many babies being made and so many brothers still shooting up the place? That should be a dead theory. It doesn't solve everything. In fact, it causes a lot of problems. What up, cartel? You know, it just sounds good on paper. It sounds good in a rap song. 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Sounds great, but shoot, everyone always likes to act like they got it all figured out, and you don't have shit figured out. Art New Stall, what's going on? Shoot, here's what I'm trying to do, Art. This is what I'm trying to do to the world. I'm trying to shame, blame, and explain to the world. Niggas ain't acting right out here. We gotta do something. How do you S.B.E the world? Shoot, that's the question I want answered for any of you in the chat. How do you S.B.E everybody? Nobody has it all figured out. Facts. Facts. I mean, yeah, that's super obvious. Preachers do it every Sunday. Yeah, I went to church this morning. I don't go to church very often, you know. But when I do, I notice a few things. We gotta regulate like Warren G. Okay. You got an internet culture that has convinced many people of many things. Shoot. But how you got simps and derelict dudes hiding in everything. These some mommy ass niggas. These some Cory Booker. Remember Cory Booker when he was talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson? You know, the woman that couldn't tell you what a woman was. You know, she on the Supreme Court now. Like everybody was happy, like that's gonna make a fucking difference. The motherfucker remember Cory Booker started crying. Well, she reminds me of my mom. It's like what? This is why everybody be like, yeah, like how can you SBE? Shoot, don't you have a mother? What about a sister? Just start running down, just doing a roll call of all your female relatives, all the possibilities. The depolicing is another problem. Yeah, I thought about doing another video on Bronny James. Every time this man have a prom picture. Well, you got complaints from grown-ups. How do you complain as a grown-up about what some kid in high who some kid in high school is taking to the prom? They still mad at Tay Diggs. And now you got Dr. Umar out here. He's like the Joey Swole, except for his dick policing instead of gym policing. Half of these people don't have a real life outside of YouTube, and it's sad. For some of them, it's sack too. It's ball sack with these motherfuckers. Shoot, I don't know. I'm just sticking around for the days when real personalities start to finally come in style. That what you're hearing is what you get. The man said NBA Suns are either known for, you know, doing a Chris Bosh or what Magic Johnson's son doing. What Dwayne Wade's son. It's a damn shame. Shoot, most men don't have the courage to say what Pastor Troy said in front of, in front of everybody on the internet. The man said, "I am raising some good, God fearing heterosexual boys." I was like, and then they started to try to fuck with him too and ask him questions. Well, how you know? How you know? I said, you can run your home how you want to. That's how Pastor Troy responded. You can run your home how you want to. My home, these boys gonna be heterosexual. But how many black men with sons could actually say that in front of people like that and not give a fuck? When you have to ask that question, is do you now believe that the issues are much deeper than, you know? Shoot, but here's one thing I will say, hybrid. You got to understand that the kids were exposed to that Hollywood weirdo culture, and seeing things that we weren't exposed to because we had normal upbringings. Not to say it's an excuse or anything, just to try to get you to understand that these kids have seen some weird stuff and they go by different codes than we do. But still, SMH. Still. Exactly. They shouldn't put the heat on Pastor Troy. He has the right to do what you do. I do what I do. Never and never. Yeah. I don't know why that's not considered child abuse when it comes to these entertainment children, because is a the multimedia conglomerate is a very powerful entity, which is backed by corruption on a scale that we cannot even begin to fathom. And I wish there was a way for us to do something about it because it's only right. But they every time the victims of that does such dastardly deeds come forward, those are the ones in the media that they're making look crazy. Hollywood is disgusting. Yes, they are. I mean, when you have something come on the TV like grown men throwing dollars at a little boy dancing on a pole, you know that everything is just fucked up. That is no coming back from certain things. When that when sexuality becomes more important than education, how how they are educated. Yeah. Them kids going ape shit. Shoot, there are horror stories coming out about them every day, and we were on the outside looking in, like, oh, they making some money. We always refer to the money. Shoot, man, that story was on. I believe it was on NBC or CNN, and then everybody trying to act like it was no big deal. I'm like, yeah, this shit has gone down the fucking toilet. Oh yeah, yeah, they was white folks. So I mean, but still, it was some sick shit. What society tries to normalize these days. Then talk to a group of your people about this thing. Don't be surprised if you get the reaction like, "Oh, this bullshit. You niggas crazy. You don't need to be worrying about this kind of stuff." Oh, you mean Orlando Brown? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. The little kid from Major Pain. Yeah, I think he ended up on Family Matters for a little while. And I mean, like, I don't have a lot of mental health issues. But yeah, this is supposed to be a smoke show. Should I get some smoke to myself? No, I mean I can take it one or two ways, but I'll just take it. I'll just take it as such. Mm. Said 3J from Family Matters. Yeah. So, oh yeah, Tina Turner. Hmm. Tina Turner gives this is giving life to this conversation about how we refer to the dead. You know me, it's not much I can say if I've seen these conversations had over and over again about particular individuals, and it's okay to make fun of the individual when you don't like them. But I don't know. I was just taught in general that speaking ill of the dead is um speaking ill of the dead is something that is just in poor taste, and you shouldn't do that. Tina Turner had her faults. Jim Brown got disrespected. I'll say this: I ain't see too much of Jim Brown disrespect. You had these little attention seekers that will say their little shit just to get a rise out of people, and you know, some call that trolling. What did she do to him? What did who do to who? Shoot. I mean, so I listen to a lot. I might just say that for tomorrow. Talk about Tina and Ike tomorrow. Cause I mean, listening to and looking a lot into the situation about Ike and Tina. Ike still hit Tina, And by 2023 standard, you can't even look at a woman wrong without just being admonished to the ground. Shoot. A few people have something to say, people just, like I said, people are attention seekers. I don't speak ill on the dead, but we all know what she did. Casual minds will not believe, though. Yeah, we'll discuss that tomorrow. So, are you serious? Did they really disrespect Jim Brown? I didn't hear that on the internet. I mean, people always, I mean, it didn't gain traction. Cartel. I'll say that. If you haven't heard about it, that was something that didn't gain traction. They said their goodbyes, in a proper way. Like, I mean, I heard a couple of things. They say he threw a woman out the window, and he was able to get away with it because he was Jim Brown. I mean, if it happened, it happened. But one thing we have to understand is if people atone for what they do, then you can forgive them. I mean, feel how you want to feel. They did. Listening to Judge Joe Brown expose all the secrets of the Tina situation. Mm. People are sheeple. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's too bad. People, do little cheap things for attention. No, you only get one chance to screw up. You only get one chance to screw up, hybrid. Look at Jonathan Majors. Has anyone proven anything about Jonathan Majors yet? Because they say the way the evidence was looking is like he looked like he was innocent, but they're still like doing all these reports of recasting Kang and you know thinking about the future without him and shit. And I don't think that would be very. I don't think it'll be cool. I don't fuck with Disney too much anymore anyway. Like as far as Marvel, I think after Endgame and after Spider-Man, that was it. Well, if black men can't get granted forgiveness, and God won't forgive them for what they do, yeah, the buck stops there. Definitely said no, they haven't. It's something that he didn't do behind the scenes that caused this. We already see he's innocent. You have to be blind not to. Well, so what are you saying, Art? That he made his handlers mad. If you don't if you don't kill this baby goat and drink his blood, man, Thor: Love and Thunder was a mockery of the franchise. Man, look, like Thor Ragnarok was great, but then they went down the very next film, the only film that's in Marvel to get 4 entries, and went from very good back to suck. Shit is all set up. Yeah, Cortez Smith, what's going on? Trying to have a smoke show. Doesn't seem that I'm getting too much smoke. Maybe I'm too. Maybe I'm just a cool guy. Maybe that's what it is. You probably didn't completely go into the Will Smith School of Promotions. I'm just saying. Shoot. Jonathan Majors became another example for people on social media to use as to why you don't mess with the white women. That's all it boils down to. I do think it's a cool thing to see so many blacks on social media supporting Jonathan Majors instead of trying to take him down for that. They fuck these movies up on purpose. Yeah, trying to push some type of message, trying to shame you into liking. See, there you go. They trying to S.B.E you into liking them horrible films. Said was clearly seeing Hollywood stuff has nothing to do with white women. Pull a Will Smith and keep the black manosphere out your fucking mouth. Man, look, man, look. That shit ain't stopped in so many years, and I don't think that it's gonna stop. As long as there is content to be made about it, ain't nobody gonna stop saying shit negative about the space, man. It gets a lot of cheap attention. It's cheap attention. But of course they will say, see, that's why you don't date Becky. Yeah. Those Jonathan Majors is an example. Or why you don't mess with the white women. James Kills, what is up? Yeah. Just the usual around here. No one really has smoke. But Smoke Show Sundays will continue. It's similar to Deshaun Watson and the smear campaign and accusations that arose the minute he wanted to leave Houston Texans. Yeah, shoot. I mean, that means you was upset with dude like a motherfucker then. Say he's good with Megan now, no pun intended. Yeah. And then, they started to say that the only reason why he hooked up with Megan Good is because he's trying to get the support of the black community by being with a black woman. He said, niggas hate to hear my thoughts. I love to smoke. Ask around. Man, I know about you, man. There's no need to ask. I know about Mr. James Kills. Said all it takes is one false accusation. And this is what a lot of people claim they want to work toward, work toward improving legislation that is advantageous to men, so we won't be so fucked up in the game when it comes to these type of things, like a false accusation. But I mean, men can't put on the poo poo face like women put on the poo poo face because men we look too ugly doing the poo poo face. Woe is me. I'm the victim. We really suck at being victims, and that's a good thing. Don't be the victim. I'm surprised he didn't try to do that to LeBron when he decided to take his talents to Miami. But LeBron, his image would probably have a lot to do with that. I mean, a guy who married his high school sweetheart, then his sons are athletic, and he opens up a school and stuff like that. He's a family man. Uh, he simped in the media a little bit, not over a woman, but just with other groups. So he's kind of a golden boy. I wonder why Megan is with him. What does she get out of the relationship? I don't know. They maybe it was you know maybe Jonathan Majors when he was a teenager, he has his Biker Boys DVD with Megan Good as the love interest role, and I don't know. Some people say LeBron married a black woman for the optics. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They say it's his high school sweetheart. Hell, that's what they said about Obama. He married Michelle for the optics. Yeah, there it is right there, like with Barack and Michelle. Mm, all righty. Yeah. So let me take a look here. Oh, 26 likes. All right. That is awesome. No dislikes. We all know LeBron is smashing chicks on the side. Hell, I mean, that news will probably come out in about 10, 15 years. Can't expect it now. I mean, the Lakers still have to get past the sting of being swept out of the playoffs. So, mm, so all right. So I guess this is probably gonna be it. I mean, I could get the I can keep the show up a little bit longer. Hmm. Yeah, they don't feel objectified. Not tonight. You know, shit. Mm. Notice that. What was the topic? S.B.E. Okay. Last thing I'll say about this is not an S.B.E channel. If you ever got the idea that it was an S.B.E channel, that is bull. I don't care about saving any of them. I don't care about changing their minds. I just don't. They have nothing to do with me, and I think that's a good thing. I have nothing to do with whatever activities that they do, but don't expect me to accept it. When it comes to you as a person, do whatever the fuck you want to do. But hey, I shouldn't have to explain who you are. And if you feel ashamed of anything I say, then hey, that's your motherfucking fault. You are to blame for that shit. So, yeah, yeah. Have a look around. All right. Well, all right. Okay. Well, no use in me sticking around. Oh, fuck it. Let me drop this link again. All right. Well, I guess not. So, all right, guys. That'll be it. Tomorrow I will hit y'all with another cool topic. Shit. Said they hiding. No, ain't nobody hiding, man. Ain't nobody hiding. I just, I don't know. I guess I'm just not a heat magnet like that. That's like I'm saying. You're a cool person. Nobody really wants to, tussle or anything like that. Shoot. Plus, you have to understand that people have shit to do as well. And, the fact that, people show up at all on any of these channels, that is something that anyone should be proud of, and, proud of this. So that's it for now. Shoot, I'll get back to y'all tomorrow evening, and say R&B part two would be nice. Yeah, we'll think about it to see if I can put something together for that one. So anyway, thank you for all that came through. We will continue this in the next week and the week beyond. It's Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Long live the habitual line steppers. Kev, we trust. When you don't give up, you win. Bye bye for now.